Sivuleleni Primary School in Soweto has no sporting facilities. However, I must hasten to add that this school is not alone. I've been advised that the vast majority of schools in our country, and I know it personally, have very few or even no sporting facilities, and that the vast majority of our learners are not participating in extracurricular activities, particularly sport. The Department of Sport, Arts and Culture has not been able to tell me why we were not informed about this particular school, but that is the thing with most schools in this country. They are in a state, there's no sporting facilities, but my department has, however, recently signed a memorandum of understanding with the Department of Basic Education on the implementation of sports in schools. I'm very serious about our intention as government to bring back extracurricular activities to schools, including sports and the arts. It is essential that access to equipment, coaching and equipment are broadened for the majority of young people in our country, because only this will ensure that we are able to transform sport in this country. We are also cognizant of the fact that we need to keep partnering with local government and improve the impact of local government as an implementer of sporting infrastructure. Local municipalities benefit from the Municipal Infrastructure Grant, ring-fence funding allocation for sport infrastructure through National Treasury and the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. This will help to ensure that more facilities are built for access to various sporting codes. This act further provides management and technical support to more than 52 local municipalities, which also contribute to access to more sporting codes. The above being said, however, it is clear that we are not at the start of turning around a long-running challenge, and much work awaits us. The schools in South Africa is painful if you see our children don't play sport. And thank you, Honorable, for asking me that question. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. The follow-up question will be taken by the Honorable Suisa.
Thank you, Deputy Chair. Thank you, Minister. Minister, I think each and every person that has been given an obligation to serve South Africans needs to be proactive and not reactive. So anything that is outstanding, the first thing that you should have found out is to how many schools do have and how many of those schools are special needs schools, because children with special needs need to be accommodated in different environments and need to be out there in the outside for them to experience, because some of them cannot sit for too long in a classroom that is very not conducive for them. Nonetheless, noting the assertion by the Minister on countless occasions that the department is prioritizing enabling access to various sporting codes in previously disadvantaged schools and communities, what has been the results of the analysis by the department and how many of these facilities will have to be created and upgraded in all provinces? What is the plan of action of meeting this, and what then is the financial feasibility study results on the money that is needed to achieve? Because we can't just say we are going to introduce sporting codes in schools when there are no proper facilities in schools. And some of these schools are also exposed to vandalism because there is no proper fencing. So the feasibility study, what does it say? What are the results? We don't want to find ourselves by 2029 when the term ends, and then it's only then that projects are going to start to actually make sure that disadvantaged schools do have proper sporting facilities. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Minister, your response.
Thank you very much, Honorable. You know, it's true what you're saying, that special needs children truly need special needs attention. You can't keep them long in a class, but I think as a country, we fail adequately when it comes to the needs of special needs children. I say this with all humility, that we need to do more. It can't be that even I as a minister can't tell you how many special needs schools there are, although it doesn't fall under me. But you are right, Honorable. I should have made an effort. I will go and make an effort because I understand the importance of special needs children. But your second point you made brought me to this main question. You see, honorable members, we must be honest about the next thing. Every black person in this room that went to school didn't have pole vaulting at his school. Every single one. You didn't have pole vaulting at your school. You go to schools still classified as black schools today, you still would not find pole vaulting. The kids that make it are from the private schools. The kids that make it has to go to the private schools. I can show you Walaza, Kiro High School had to take Walaza and he got a silver medal at the Olympics. Now I'll tell you something very deep. That if you think about it, you'll understand what I saw after thinking about it for a long time. Walaza then went to the Peru Youth Championship, where he got a medal for 100 meters and a medal for 200 meters. He's the fastest under 20 old in the world. And they asked him at the press conference, he was sitting at my right-hand side, what is it that is your highlight since you've been winning medals? He said, the ice cream, the free ice cream machine at the Olympics. He says, I was there all day, every day. He still gets excited for ice cream. It tells a deeper story. And as the minister and as a sport lover, I then called the whole team together and said, we need to bring sports back in schools, art and culture. I then met with my counterpart, the Minister of Basic Education, Sasquarube. We workshopped this idea. We then got the memorandum of agreement and understanding after our bilaterals. We then spoke to countries even on the outside like Jamaica to come and ask them, how did you achieve all this greatness in running? We went to Azerbaijan. We asked them, how do you become such a gymnastic country in such a short space of time? We then ring-fenced in my department 69 million rand. The 69 million is to make sure that kids that they don't have the equipment must now get the sporting equipment. That 69 million has been ring-fenced. And I can tell you there's a new thing, I see it at all the private schools. It's wall climbing. It's something they put against the wall because it's an Olympic sport. Our schools in the townships don't have that. But we should not begrudge the private schools for having it. We should learn from the private schools because we should not get angry with them. We should learn from them. So I can assure you, Honorable, we're starting at a very low base. Things are bad, but we're going to make things better. Just watch the GNU and you'll see how things get better.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. The follow-up question from Honorable Billy.
Thank you, Deputy Chairperson, and good afternoon to the Minister. Minister, you've partly answered most of what I was going to ask you today, but I think there is some emphasis that is needed to be made on some of the issues that you've raised. The Minister would know that at least 35% of schools in South Africa do not have sporting facilities. It is further said that 2 of every 5 schools in the country do not have sporting facilities. And according to the National Education Infrastructure Management System, in 2021, 10,000 or just over 10,000 of 23,000 public schools in the country don't have facilities again. And in the province that I come from, that I represent, the province of KwaZulu-Natal, just over half of the public schools do not have sporting facilities. Now, considering the crucial role that sport plays in children's development, I want to ask that, does the Minister agree that these shocking statistics across board and the lacking of sport facilities in school is a national crisis. I think it's a national crisis, Minister. And you've indicated the plans that you've had, you've indicated the discussions that you have with the Department of Education. But can you give this House some reassurance on what exactly are you doing to ensure that we, by all means, try and rectify what is going on, because we cannot continue in this manner. And I think you've touched on some of the things that you are doing. Can you give this House some specifics of exactly what you are doing, along with the Department of Education, to try and rectify this situation? And also, if you can just agree that this is
Your time
definitely a national
expired,
crisis.
Honourable Member. Honourable Minister, your response?
I think, the 35% that you're speaking about equates to roughly 8 million children. It is a national crisis. The fact that we've signed a memorandum, a MOU, clearly must show you that there's a strong intention beyond words, but into a written contract or written agreement that we want to bring change. The fact that we've ring-fenced 69 million in my department, nothing speaks louder and more clearer of our intention to make this a priority. A child in sport is a child out of court. I grew up being in conflict with the law because I walked away from sport. People that was in our community, I'll make you one example of one person in my street where there was gangsters. He remained in sport. When I was in prison, I saw him on TV. He stays 5 houses from my mom's house. His name is Willem Jackson. He played for Bafana Bafana. That is what sport does. Aswell Willemse, big gangster boy, got involved in rugby. He became the world's best rugby player. I'm trying to show you that for me, it's not just words. I have actual examples of what sport can do, what art and culture can do, and I intend to pursue that vigorously. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. The next follow-up question is from the Honourable Sibande.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Chairperson. Also, thank you, Minister, for the response to the question. My question, is there any assistance that the department is receiving from the private sector in building sporting facilities? I thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Honourable Minister.
No, thank you very much, Honorable. I can tell you, I see everybody's been having their 100 days. Mine is on Thursday. Please tune in. And that question, what I'm going to answer now will be, you'll see the actual sporting facilities being brought and helped. There's this perception in this country that the private sector is not helping. It's a lie. The private sector is going beyond the call of duty, because the private sector, sometimes they give money and then the federations don't report back what happened to the money. I'll make you one example. Those medals we got now the other day from the Peru Youth Championship, there was no money to send the athletes to Peru. If there was not such a lively and smart Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, a plan would not have been made. But because a plan was made by the sports minister, the Lotto is a private sector, they've helped. Betway is helping a lot. Yesterday, Betway bought equipment for kids here in Mitchell's Plain. Bidvest, Mr. Price, I'm telling you names of people that really, really help. So this perception, where always people want to blame the private sector is doing more than enough, but they can do more as the profit go up. But I'm not going to be the one bashing them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. The next follow-up question is from the Honourable Ngobo.
I just want to know what time the game starts. In 3 minutes, Honourable Ngobo. I just simply your leg.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable Minister, the absence of sports facilities in many schools, such as Sivuleleni Primary School in Soweto, reflects the neglect of the marginalized. So the question is, Minister, what steps does your department take, if any, to engage the local community and involve them when planning the development of sporting facilities? This is to ensure a true reflection of the needs of those communities, and to gain stakeholders buy-in.
Thank you. Honorable Minister.
Let me give you an example of the past 24 hours. This department, together with the private sector, has given musical instruments to the children of Mitchell's Plain. This department this morning at 8 o'clock went to Kalicha, and we went to go fix the only movie house they have there. We went to go fix a place where computers, the library, the computers of the library is more than years old computers. We got them new computers because we realized the children of Kalicha are doing their homework at the library, but the computers are outdated. So this morning, this department, so I'm not telling you what we're going to do. I'm telling you the past 24 hours. I can tell you the past 48 hours, 72 hours, but let me just hit you with, Honorable, with the past 48 hours, 24 hours. We have, the past 24 hours, this department has given close to 2 million rands to your question. And we are not going to stop. We are coming to those schools, like Sivuyele Primary School. We are coming to them. We are going to the most rural areas. I was saying to Premier of the Eastern Cape, dear, I said to the Premier, Mabuyani, I said, give me, and they got a very good MEC there, very vibrant. I said to them, give me 5 rural schools that has never seen a swimming pool. And we will start to construct swimming pools next week at those rural, because it can't be where we've never have a black Olympian swimmer. We have to change stuff. Instead of complaining, where's the black people? We must start teaching our kids to swim from a young age, like white kids. They swim when they're 2 months old. The father puts the child in the pool. As you are 20 years old, you still scared even to put your feet in the pool sometimes. Yeah, so I'm saying that we want to change that. That was just on a lighter note.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. That concludes question 193. We now move on to the last question, that is question 181 from the Honorable Baines. Honorable Minister, your response.
The South African Cultural Observatory, SACO, is a national statistical and socio-economic research project established by the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, aimed at developing a comprehensive sports and cultural information system in South Africa. Hosted at Nelson Mandela University and co-hosted in partnership with Rhodes University at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. SACO focuses on primary sports and cultural domains identified by UNESCO, including but not limited to sport, arts, heritage, libraries, and museums. Main functions are conduct policy-focused research, including mapping studies, surveys, and case studies, to review current programs, monitor and evaluate the impact of government spending, and to collect relevant statistics to create robust databases. Additionally, SACO provides both physical and online access to its resources, facilitating networking, sharing, and partnership among stakeholders. The objective of SACO is to promote the growth and sustainability of the cultural and creative sectors by enhancing an understanding of their contributions to society and the economy. These objectives include informing policy development and fostering collaboration amongst various stakeholders. Thank you very much. And if the honorable member wants, I can list all of them, but there's quite a lot.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. The follow-up question will be taken by the Honorable Mokwele.
Thanks very much, Deputy Chair, and also Minister. ke go dumediše. Minister or molokgotla yo a tlhokometšego tša dipapadi le setšo le bokgabo. Ke nyaka go no le tsebiša gore in the main honorable members ba re setšhaba seo se sa tsebego mo se tšwago se ke se be le tsela or se ke se kgone go bona tsela ya mo se yago. So the nation that does not know
Where
about
they
their,
coming from?
their past, so they
I
will
got a
never
full of
know
self-sabotage.
about the future. So as long as so Minister, thanks for your response. But let me just come to my question, Minister. My question is just direct to you that does the South African Cultural Observatory play any role in training people in the culture and creative sector? And then if yes, and on how to use the sector for their economic development. Ke potšišo ya ka. Ke a leboha.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, your response?
Just before I respond, I do it for a very personal reason. What language did you just speak, sir? Honorable.
Oh, nna ke bolela speed.
Ke tseba ke a kwešiša.
Speed. Wa ikwešiša. That's all.
So I wanted you to continue because my friend says I don't know Spedi, and I do know it. I heard everything you said. Aki one bente. So, you know, your question is very important. Do you know, when it comes to the creatives and the artists in this country, it's a mess. Artists in South Africa are not recognized as workers. The cultural space, people are being exploited. You know, we have, I can talk here the whole day, but what I'm going to assure you is that we have met with them, the creatives in the Bosbarat, 2 months ago. We are reporting back to them before the month of October is ending, which is around the corner. And you will see the change. We will not change only one sector. We are going to change the whole creative sector. And we are going to come with plans. You know, we can't be a department of condolences that must give money when people die. We can't be that type of department. We need to make sure that we contribute towards better living and not to a casket when the creatives and the cultural icons have died. So I give you my assurance, Honorable Member, we will definitely come back with good results. Wakwishisha.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. The next follow-up question is from the Honorable Peter.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Molom Shegas.
Molo, Mshegas.
My surprise to you, Honorable Minister, you remind me, Honorable Paulo Jordan, when you speak all languages. So you are more than bilingual. So you speak all 14 languages. So
No, not all 40. All right. But a lot.
thank you, Papa. Thank you very much for allowing us also to speak other languages, because now I'm so proud for you to speak Afrikaans, Engels, Enegetal. So it is baie goed, meneer. Baie dankie. Now, my question is so short, Honorable Minister. In the rural areas, the sport there is no caretaker who take care for them. Now the earth has swallowed all our hopes, but you, Honorable Gayton Mckenzie, you are the only one who remains for our rural areas to come and support the sport. In this house, we can all agree on the critical importance of teaching children their cultural heritage and keeping them actively engaged to preserve this heritage while protecting them from the social ills that often arise in the absence of such programs. However, it is concerning to note the disparity in cultural initiative across provinces. While KwaZulu-Natal and the Western Cape boast active and vibrant cultural programs, the Eastern Cape, despite its rich cultural heritage, is facing significant challenges in this regard. while the South African Cultural Observatory, which is based in the Eastern Cape, offers invaluable research and insights into the cultural and
Honourable
creative
member, please
industries.
ask your question. Your
The
time has
challenge
run out.
still persists. One, how has your department leveraged this research to tackle the challenges that rural communities face in the Eastern Cape in terms of accessing the benefiting from
Thank you,
cultural
honourable member.
initiatives
Your time has
such
run
as
out.
community arts programs and local
Thank you.
heritage festival? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, honourable minister.
No, thank you very much. Thank you for your kind words, sir. I can tell you this, you know, the rural areas has truly been the most neglected areas when it comes to sport, arts and culture. And it is usually there where the talent lies. I have made it a vow. I've made a vow to myself that my term as the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture will be a failure if we've not moved the needle substantively towards better sporting equipment, towards bringing Olympians. When we have more time and you invite me next time, one of my biggest projects in this as a minister is something called Project 300. Project 300 is where we want to take 300 Olympians to the 2028 LA Olympics. And we are going to look for those Olympians. Because it can't be in a country of 60 million people and we only have 6 medals. That we can do better, and we are going to do better, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, honourable minister. The next follow-up question is from the honourable Gericke.
Chairperson, his signal is struggling with the signal. I'm not sure what must I do.
I'm sorry, but we've not been informed by
Yeah,
him that,
That's the problem. It's late. I think we can pass then because.
all
I
right,
didn't
thank
hear
you.
him.
We'll pass on that one. The next question is from the honourable Swart.
Thank you, Honourable Deputy Chair and Honourable Minister. Thank you very much for visiting us and enjoying the time with us. Minister, you've mentioned a lot about sport, but as we agreed that arts and culture is just as important in all of our lives. Minister, while the South African Cultural Observatory's main function is important, as you have mentioned, can you provide specific example of how its work, that specific, observatory's work has led currently to tangible outcomes in the development of cultural industries? There should be, particularly in terms of job creation and economic growth. You've said that you've met with them, but I just want to know, what has happened currently in that sphere. Additionally, what measures are in place to ensure that its intellectual contributions are applied practically at grassroots levels? I thank you, Minister. After this, we can go and watch that.
Thank you, honourable minister. Your response, please.
I think, Honourable, what we are doing at the department is that, and I made them an example, and I'm going to make the same example here about the government of national unity. It's a government reimagined. Nobody would have thought this government will exist. It does. It's government reimagined, which means that ministries, provinces, local governments should also reimagine government. Because what happens at the top, usually that's just the law of physics. We must filter through. And I can assure you that the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture is currently in Pretoria, not at the office, to reimagine every department that we have. Because if you look at the Cultural Observatory and the cultural plans that we have, it saves 3 people out of a pool of 100. So we'll never see success. And you say, yeah, we talk about sport. There's this perception, and I want to fix it now, that we just worry about sport. It is far from the truth. Our budget speaks to more money for culture than for sport in the department. But you see, sport is this thing where all the media follows it, social media follows it more. So that's why it gets more a prominent place. But at my next visit here, I will come and share a reimagined department with tangible results. At the moment, this department is doing so little for rural areas, absolutely little to nothing. Now we can't continue and try to go with this. We dismantle the framework in which it operates and bring a framework that speaks to all corners of South Africa. So I can make you proud the next visit because I like it here. I'm going to come back. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. And I think on behalf of all members of the NCOP, we want to thank you for making the time to be with us. I know that you are rushing off to give support to Bafana, and if you are there, I'm sure they will do well. So we want to wish Bafana all the best and to your department and the work that you are doing, Honorable Minister, and thank you for being here and for being absolutely honest with us. And as the NCOP, we support you and your program, and you're welcome. You can see the reception that you get in this house. So you're welcome at any time. Thank you very much, honorable members. That concludes the business of the day.